Good morning! Halika, magkape tayo. Welcome to the morning coffee with Father Jerry. Our text for today's reflection is taken from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 21, verses 1 to 4. It says, "As Jesus looked up, he saw the rich putting their gifts into the temple treasury. He also saw a poor widow put in 2 very small copper coins. 'Truly I tell you,' he said, 'this poor widow has put in more than all the others. And all these people gave their gifts out of their wealth, but she put out of her poverty and put in all she had to live on.'" Thus far is the reading of today's text. What is it for us? What is the Lord or the Lord's message for us through the gospel just read today? In the court of the women in the temple, by the way, ang temple of Jerusalem, malaki yun, is divided into different little courts before sa main altar. Yung little courts is divided by organization or community. Sa right side, andito yung court for the women, sila yun. Sa likod, andun yung court for the nobodies, yung come and go lang. Yung sa harap, andun yung courts para sa mga somebodies, Pharisees, the scribes, the Sanhedrin, and so on and so forth. Yung pinaka-last part is a small part doon para yun sa mga ano bang term na pinatawag natin, come in lang, is the term for that. So sila yung mga nobodies. So that's is a picture of the scene inside the temple of Jerusalem. So in the court of women, particular area in the temple, there were 13 collecting boxes known as the trumpets. They were shaped like trumpets with a narrow part at the top and wider part of the foot, which was assigned to offerings for the different purposes: for the wood that was used to burn the sacrifice, for the incense that was burned on the altar, for the upkeep of the golden vessels, and so on. And it was near the trumpets that Jesus was sitting and observing. After the strenuous debates with the emissaries of the Sanhedrin and the Sadducees, he was tired and his head drooped between his hands. He looked up and he saw many people flinging their offerings into the trumpets collection box. And then came a poor widow, and she had in the world was 2 lepta. Lepta is 2 copper coins. Therefore, the offering of the widow woman was only 1/20th of the new penny they had that time. But Jesus said that it was far outvalued all other offerings because it was everything she had. You see? Yun ang sinasabi ko. So, there are 2 things that determine the value of any gifts. Any gift that we offer or we give. Number 1, there is the spirit in which it is given. Okay. A gift which is unwillingly extracted, a gift which is given with a grudge, A gift that is given for the sake of prestige and acknowledgement or self-display loses more than the half its value. Take note of that. Ha? Number one. Mga third day na ngayon na puro offerings and gifts ang ating topic ng ating sharing. Wala tayong ma-hymns. It's in the gospel daily for this week. So take note. There is the spirit in which a gift is given. Spirit is what pushes you, what moves you to offer that gift. In short, it's our purpose or motivation. So if ang purpose or motivation for us to give is just for prestige, o pakitang tao lang, or is for the sake of self-display, for acknowledgement, we are losing half the value of that gift. Okay? So, the only real gift is that which is the inevitable outflow of the loving heart. In short, balik tayo sa purity of intention, purity of the heart, and that is love. If it is not motivated by pure love, what else is there any purpose for why are we giving? So, balik tayo sa basic motivation when we give, when we offer. It should be motivated by love. Love. For the sake of that love we offer, we extended our help to those in need. Number two, there is the sacrifice that is involved in giving. First, Jesus reminds us of the spirit why we give, the motivation why we give, our purpose, our objective why we do give our gifts. Number two, he says today, there is the sacrifice that involves in giving. So hindi pala siya pure intention kung mag-give tayo and yung nagbibigay tayo dahil sa sobrang abundance ng buhay at saka na tayo nagbibigay. Okay lang, it's worth appreciating pa rin. Pero purely kung titinan mo ang sinasabing intention is yung may kunting sacrifice pino-point out kasi dito. When you give because it's it's an extra, it's an abundance from your products, hindi ko masyado ma-appreciate. O ma-appreciate ni God. Kasi sabi niya, number two, when we give, there should be a sense of sacrifice when we give. Tapusin natin. The gifts of the rich, as they flung their offerings into the trumpets, into the offering box, did not really cost them much. Yan, sinasabi ko. But the two lepta, or two copper coins, of the widow woman cost her everything she had. Cost her entire life. They no doubt gave having nicely calculated how much they could afford. But she gave with that utterly reckless generosity which could give no more. In other words, yung nakita niya, na-observe niya doon, ang mga ino-offer na is coming from their abundance, calculated how much they could afford. Maybe yung ibang nagbibigay doon, ang kanilang calculation, madali lang mabalik yan sa akin. Because surely God will help me because I'm helping others. Ganun motivation. So, na-appreciate really niya ang poor widow because, underline, she gave everything she has. Anong meron doon? Sacrifice. When we give and sacrifice is involved, God smiles at us. See? So, giving does not begin to be real giving until it hurts. It hurts. Hurts does not necessarily mean literal hurts, but yun mang sacrifice na sinasabi natin. Give and give until it hurts. Yung kasabihan. A gift shows our love only when we have had to do without something or have had to work doubly hard in order to give it. How few people give to God like that. Some draws a picture of a man in the church, lustily singing. Yun ang sinasabi ko kanina sa aking sharing. Sa experience ko sa simbahan. Napakatagal, napaka tagal na hinahanap pa kung anong pinakamaliit na bagay. Iyon ang dapat i-offer natin sa ating offertory during the celebration of the Eucharist. Hindi ko na babalikan yun. Let's just remind ourselves that every time you give, it reflects who you are in relation to the object you are giving. And in this context, it is God. And it's a reminder to all of us that God is the source of everything that we have. Every time we offer, we give, we extend help to others, we are just bringing, offering back to the giver everything that the giver shares to us. That's real life of a Christian. Okay? So, paano ito mga kapatid? Good morning ulit. Don't forget your coffee. See you tomorrow.